Guys, it is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today we're going to talk about the best and the very worst value in terms of bang for your buck for gems in Clash Royale. It is 2019 and we have to update this. There's been a lot of new ways to spend your gems added to the game, and just as a quick disclaimer, do not ever go to one of those free gem sites or free gem apps. They're just going to try to fish and steal your account information. You cannot get free gems out there, and just don't bother trying. I care about you guys. I don't want to see you guys lose your accounts. So number two, a quick thanks to Reddit users who I was able to kind of pull and aggregate some of their information in providing you the tips that I'm going to be doing so today. So a huge shout out to my man Daroka995, XRebelX, and Hunter Says Zero. I will include the links to those Reddit posts if you want to see the math. We're not going to get too technical in today's video. I'm just going to give you the facts, give you the information in terms of gem value. But if you want to see that info and all the math behind it, go ahead and check out those Reddit posts in the show notes below. So let's go ahead and get started with the worst ways to spend your gems, going from worst to highest value. So the worst way that you can spend your gems is in the special values in the shop. They don't really present much value at all when it comes to buying individual cards for gems. Routinely in your shop, you will see common cards at half a gem each, rare cards at 5 gems each, and of course epic cards at 50 gems a piece. That is not great value, guys. The only reason I would recommend ever buying cards like this is if you're very close to an upgrade and you just want to upgrade that card and it's in your shop. Otherwise, I would save my gems for better value propositions. The second worst way to spend your gems is on gold in the shop, guys. You do not want to be buying gold in the shop unless you really need it to upgrade a card and you can't find it any other way. The best value, of course, for gold in the shop is the wagon for 4,500 gems, but there are much better ways to spend your gems out there. Next up is going to be the chests in the shop. You're noticing a theme here, guys. If it shows up in your shop, it's probably not the best value for your gems. Now, chests are not the best value compared to the other things on the list, but there are some reasons you might want to splurge on a chest here or there in the shop, such as the autonomy of being able to select your cards via a lightning chest or a fortune chest or a legendary chest to actually farm legendary cards, because they're so rare to begin with. Sometimes it's nice and convenient to just have that chest there to purchase and get a legendary, but in terms of value, it's just not there for chests inside the shop. Next up on the worst ways to spend your gems, by the way, guys, I'll let you know when we get to the good ways, in my opinion, to spend your gems, is going to be just gemming the chest that you get from ladder in your chest cycle. Now, this can be good in some ways because you can more quickly get to the good chest in your cycle, that mega lightning chest. However, these chests would open on their own in time anyway. So even if you're going to keep playing, there's still better ways to use your gems, and it's hard to make the case that you get any inherent value in gemming the chest inside your actual chest cycle and rotation. Alright guys, now we're actually getting into deals that can present really good value for your gems, and that is the boost. There's 3 different types of boost, and they normally cost 300 gems each. However, once in a while, Supercell will give us a deal for 100 gems, and those are extremely valuable. I would recommend, if you can afford it, that you go ahead and take advantage of those opportunities. But for 300 gems, they're still not bad value. In terms of the best bang for your buck out of these boosts, if you're going to choose which one you want to do, the easiest to take 100% full advantage of is the victory gold boost. However, that's also the least valuable out of the 3. The most valuable, if you can get 100% use out of it, is the chest speed up boost, followed by the crown chest boost. Now, all of these boosts, let's compare the best. The chest speed up boost in terms of value for your gems to a classic challenge. If you can get 8 wins in a classic challenge, that's essentially the same amount of gem value as you'll get if you can get 100% usage out of the chest speed up boost. So if you can get 9 wins in a classic challenge, you're almost better off just playing a few classic challenges, or playing, I don't know, 30 classic challenges to get more value than the chest speed up boost. Let's go ahead and move on to the better value propositions out there. Alright, so before we start talking about the best value in the game, let's talk quickly about emotes and special offers. I'm sure a lot of you are like, dude, where's the emotes? Those are the worst value in the game. And the truth is, it is. It offers you absolutely no competitive advantage at all inside the game. Purely aesthetical, purely cosmetic. If it's your thing, then go ahead and do it. Just know you're not getting any obviously tangible benefit when it comes to matching inside the arena, unless you're into psychological warfare and you want to BM your opponent. Now, as far as the special offers, beware of those guys. Let's compare a special offer, a 4 times value special offer on a Mega Lightning chest is only really the equivalent in terms of value to a 6-win Grand Challenge win. So always keep that in the back of your mind that sometimes, even though there's a 3 times or 4 times or even 5 times value on a special offer, it doesn't always mean it's better than participating in a Grand Challenge or a Classic Challenge or a global tournament. Those shop deals that we talked about already are all pretty lackluster when compared to the challenges in the global tournament. So again, just keep that in mind, guys. Now let's talk about challenges in global tournaments. Alright, so now we're at the real value for your gems, and on a per gem basis, the best value in the game is Grand Classic Challenges and also the premium rewards in the global tournaments. Now let's talk about all 3 of those, but first, let's settle the age-old debate between Grand and Classic Challenges. Which are you better off playing? Which are you better off using your hard-earned gems to invest in? Well, it's interesting. There's actually a little bit more per gem value in Grand Challenges versus Classic Challenges. So if you get a 12-win Grand Challenge versus a 12-win Classic Challenge on a per gem in terms of the rewards that you're getting basis, when everything is averaged out, you get a little bit more value out of that Grand Challenge. The caveat here is that Classic Challenges are much, much easier. And because the value per gem is very, very close and certainly not the same to make up for that skill difference, Classic Challenges for 99.9% of you guys is going to be the best value that you can get inside a challenge. Now, the other caveat is time, right? Of course, it takes 10 Classic Challenges. You would have to play through 10 Classics to be able to spend the amount that you would have to pay to enter into one Grand Challenge. So not everybody has that amount of time. So in that regard, just playing in a Grand Challenge, even though it's not probably as valuable unless you're rattling off 12 wins, is still a very good use of your gems. And definitely, Classic Challenges are the way to go, and you get more play experience as well if that's valuable to you guys. Now, what about the global tournaments? The global tournaments are interesting because you can decide whether or not to pay in the global tournaments after you actually completed it, so you know how you did beforehand. Now, deciphering the value out of your gems in a global tournament can be very difficult because every global tournament could change. The cost of the premium rewards, 500 gems, could be 300 gems. It could be 100 gems in the future, and that will dramatically affect the value, of course, based on the prizes as well. Now, we've been lucky at getting a legendary chest in all but one of our global tournaments so far as the very first prize after 1 win inside the global tournament. Now, for sake of argument, let's pretend that it's going to cost 500 gems for every premium reward in global tournaments. Let's compare that to playing 5 Grand Challenges. Let's say you averaged 8 wins in 5 Grand Challenges, 8 wins altogether in those 5. So you'd be walking away with almost 3 times as much gold, 2.5 times as much gold in the challenges than you would be getting in the premium rewards in the global tournament. You'd be walking away with roughly the same amount of common cards in the challenges and the global tournament, and you'd be walking away with a far, far, far higher likelihood of unlocking legendaries, epics, and rare cards in the global tournament versus the challenges. So I think it's pretty fair to say going forward that the best of value in global tournaments is to actually get those higher rarity cards at a great value compared to everything in the game. So it's the cheapest way to get legendary cards and even possibly epic cards for your gems. But then when you talk about gold, you're much, much better off using your gems in Grand and Classic challenges. So guys, that is it. That is kind of a very brief description of the best value in terms of bang for your buck per gem basis inside Clash Royale to kick off 2019. Guys, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and also really big shout out again to those Reddit posts. I used a lot of that information in today's video, and if you want to look at the math, how they were able to find all these numbers out, certainly go ahead and check out all those Reddit posts. I'm just delivering the information to you guys. They did a lot of the tough work, and of course updating it in some cases. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it helped a lot of you guys out when deciding where to spend your gems. So guys, have a beautiful and happy 2019. I will be providing daily Clash Royale content for you guys, so make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell. Huge shout out to Stats Royale and to Bren Chong, my YouTube partners. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, take care, guys.